866-6775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I do deliver it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guests and repeat offenders, both of them. Mary Walters, Katie Radcliffe, both from Realty Pro 100. Welcome, ladies.
Good morning.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. The question becomes, what are we going to celebrate? Does it look like a good one today? Let's see. Army birthday today. Yes, that's a great one, right? I didn't catch that one ahead of time. This is an interesting one. International Bath Day. Does that happen just once a year? I don't know about that. Pop Goes the Weasel Day. I don't think we're going to probably be able to say that one anymore. Flag Day. Strawberry Shortcake Day. I like that one. And, well, you know something? I think we may just have to go full board today. It is National Bourbon Day. Okay, so we'll take that. Let's see what the markets are doing today, being that I am running a little bit blind here. Dow Jones is down 229 points. S&P 500 down 10. NASDAQ up 56. Oil now is up 51 cents per barrel. Do you want to know the numbers? Sometimes it gets a little scary when we look up these numbers to see exactly what's going on with the oil numbers, how they're translating into our world right now, but I guess we have to look at them if they come up on my screen. $3.08 a gallon of gasoline. That would not be in Venezuela. That is the national average for a gallon of gasoline. $3.08 a gallon. Should we look at Venezuela, see where we're paying? Probably painful. That's probably the only thing that I can say about gasoline in California. $4.22.6. Ow! Compare that to last year. This time it was about $3 a gallon. So we're about $1.22 a gallon higher today than we were this time last year. Yes, indeed, elections do have consequences. We've talked about that one in the past. There are continuing issues there, right? The president sets these policies that continually cause problems for us. But we don't want to know about that because we have no media in this country anymore. So did you hear about this one? I'm sure you heard the initial conversation, right? So initially, about a year ago this time, there were some issues going on in Washington, D.C. President at the time, President Trump, goes to a church that's burning in Washington, D.C. He goes across the mall there, and the media is all over the fact that the military came in and pushed all these people out of the way. And the military used tear gas and these other gases to push these people out of the way because the president wanted to walk across the mall to go to the front of the church and do a conversation there. Now we see the Inspector General comes out, and that was all over the news. I mean, if I played all of the commentary on the news, we would all kind of get sick. But it turns out now that the Inspector General comes out with his report, wonder where the Durham report is. Oh, I digress. So the Inspector General comes out with his report and says, none of that happened. Now, here's the question. Yeah, they did clean out the area there, push some people away, but they didn't use tear gas. They didn't use the gases that the media is reporting. It wasn't a major photo op that the media was reporting. So here's the question. How is it that the Cannabis News Network, MSNBC, Hee-Haw, NBC, CBS, ABC, all have the exact same story? It's all wrong. Do you think it's rigged? I just throw that out there for you. Maybe that's the reason why the Cannabis News Network has now got their audience down by about 60%. Yeah, I wonder how you stay in business if your audience drops 60%. I have some guests that come on the radio show with me sometimes, and it helps bring our audience down, so we kind of keeps us humble. But that's just a different story. He's listening probably right now because he is a chiropractor locally, and I don't let him on very often. But that's another different story. So we are watching these different stories that are coming across the news. We're coming and watching all of those. But it is corruption of the media. That is the story right there. And you know something? I saw a New Jersey school district. Now you got to love this one. I don't have school age kids any longer. But this is a fascinating story because this is New Jersey. You know, they're a little bit loony there. But there are no more days off in the school year in New Jersey for holidays. Yep, you don't get Christmas off, you don't get Thanksgiving off, you don't get Columbus Day off, Martin Luther King Day off, none of those, because they're erasing all the holidays. I can't make this stuff up. It's going to be called Day Off number 26. That's what they're going to teach the kids in New Jersey. And it was a unanimous vote of the school board. Can you imagine that one? A unanimous vote that you're not going to teach the kids about Columbus Day or Flag Day. They don't have school July 4th because they might not even know what holiday July 4th is. But I digress again. Unbelievable how this continues on around the country now. And one of the school board members at the time came back and said, there is no discussion on this. Really? I wonder if there'll be any discussion when it comes time to re-elect this character to get his job back. I throw that out there for you because you just have to wonder at what point do we start saying this is getting a little overboard. If it was me, I'm saying it already, but I am just one voice, and I know that I have to be real careful nowadays because now it's YouTube found that they don't like some of our discussion topics on Ron Siegel Radio. Can you imagine that? They said that I made a comment about Dr. Fauci and masks that they don't like.
It is what it is.
But we will continue watching, seeing what's going on with that one as well. Let's see what else we've got in the news today because it's a lot going on. We're going to have the Federal Reserve is meeting this week. That's going to be an interesting story for us to watch also. Federal Reserve coming in. They got their meeting. Whenever they have their meetings, it generally means the bond market is going to have a little bit of problems, and we're watching that this morning already happening. They're talking about inflation. Now, here's the issue, and the Federal Reserve has come back and said, we're not too worried about inflation. Okay, well, maybe the Federal Reserve is not worried about inflation, but you know something? Having beaten anorexia, I do worry about inflation because I did look at just a couple of items in the news, and I'll see if I can find my notes here on the items in the news that we have on inflation. How about this one? Bacon up 19%, bananas up 2%, bread 7%, coffee 2%, milk 9%, oranges 9%, gasoline 56%, electricity 4%. That's just from May 2020 to May 2021. Now, here's the issue. As we saw last week that the inflation numbers came out, they were hotter than expected. But here's the question that I'll throw to you to see what your thoughts are. Even if the Federal Reserve is right and this is short term, do you think that we're going to see those prices drop back down anytime soon? Right? I mean, milk is up, what did I say, 9% for milk. Do you think they're going to drop the price of milk? Now, I'm hoping they'll drop the price of bacon. I mean, you can't go without bacon. I can go without milk. But I don't know about going without bacon. That's a whole different subject. So do you think we're going to have deflation? We're going to watch all of that for you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got a great broadcast lined up for you. We're going to talk about the monthly market report with our multi-generational group here today. We're going to also chat. I've got a couple of items to discuss with you. Yeah, we do this on every Monday's broadcast. We have 2 common mistakes made with divorce and marriage. We'll chat about that one, and we've got a real-time real estate segment, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Building your future wealth starts now. Take action and put your money to work for you instead of working for your money. Are you sitting on $100,000 of home equity? Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva, they've got the programs and the products. They've even got the program if you've got a gap between your appraisal and your contract price. Got the problem solved. Just give us a call, 800-306-1990. Ken would be happy to help you with that. Let's see what's going on in the markets right now. We've got them covered for you if I can figure out where the heck they are. There it is. Dow Jones now down 222 points. NASDAQ is up 60 points right now. We're looking at the S&P 500 down. Ooh, the 10-year Treasury, it's up 3 basis points at 1.494. But the one that's painful, mortgage-backed securities, they are up 23 basis points. That are down 23 basis points. That means interest rates are up. Yes, if you haven't locked in, be careful. That's going to be. Now, remember, this one issue always holds true for the markets. And it's one of the few things that I can tell you that never, ever seems to fail. The markets always overreact. So when we look at the market right now and say, okay, that bond is down 23 basis points. Number one, why is it down 23 basis points? I'll tell you. But it's going to recover some of that. And we're actually looking right now that it's actually at a bit of a inflection point. We're watching that very, very closely because the market at 103.34 is a level of support. And we're right now trading at 103.33. So if we go down below that one, then we've got quite a ways that we can fall, which means interest rates can take a big jump up. Do you think the Federal Reserve is going to let that happen, being that they've been managing the markets all this time? Right? I know that they tell us that they're buying $40 billion a month in mortgage-backed securities and 10-year treasuries. But can somebody help me with math a little bit? I don't have well, I do have a calculator in my hand, but let's see. If they buy $5 billion a day, and there's just call it 20 days in the month, 20 business days, does that come out to $40 billion? We can just go with true false on that one. I think that the Federal Reserve is being a little bit disingenuous. But hey, June's Consumer Sentiment Survey came out showing that consumer plans to buy a home has been steadily decreasing from 127 in March to 74 in June. Maybe that's why Diane Olick, who gets everything wrong about real estate, maybe that's why she thinks that the market is softening. I'm going to tell you that I don't think it is, but we'll figure that out. Let's see, cars. The index was at 118 in April, down to 89 in June. Do you think car sales are dropping? I doubt that one also. LendingTree came out with a report showing that median housing costs were higher for homeowners than renters in all 50 states of the largest U.S. metros. Let's see, what did they say there? Housing costs are higher for homeowners than renters in all 50 states. Do you believe that one? You know, I get all these reports here today, and I have a feeling that about almost universally, not one of them can I see from just watching what I see in the marketplace and talking to maybe a couple of dozen people every single day, maybe more than that. I don't see any of it being true. But hey, you know something? Maybe they're looking at a different market. California might have a different real estate market, a different car market than the rest of the country. I don't think so, but maybe that's the case. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. So every month at this time, right around the 10th, 12th, 15th of the month, we do a conversation with multi-generational. We used to call it Ron and the Millennials, but we were missing a millennial. We went to what's the next?
Gen Z.
Gen Z. Okay, so we go to Gen Z. So Katie's with us. Good morning, Gen Z.
Hello.
So, hello there. Mike's, isn't that fun? I always love moving the mics around because then it makes Josh wake up. But that's it. I digress here. So we're going to talk about what the market says about that comes out in our monthly report. Brokers contracts reported a continuation of robust demand and intense competition from buyers to win houses with bidding wars, all cash offers, waived contingencies, rent-free leasebacks, increasingly common in many markets. And that comes from one of the best analysts that I follow on a regular basis, Ivy Zellman and Associates. She does a great job. Okay, now I just do a little radio. We've got the ladies here, there on the real estate side. What do you think?
I agree.
You agree? So, now, do you think that's going to cause a problem? You know, we start seeing all these people that are buying properties at way over what, I can't say it's way over market price, but way over what their list price is. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to bring a problem down the road where people are going to come back and say, well, I paid too much? You know, 'cause it's always the agent or the lender are always the ones that are wrong.
Of course.
Right?
It's always my fault. You can just blame me.
Okay, and I know that because I get the same thing, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, historically, as long as you're planning on holding that property, it's going to appreciate in value.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yes.
And that's what it's been recently. I mean, although we are in a new society nowadays where we do have a little bit more of a litigious world than we used to have. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to suggest that I think you're probably right there, Mary. Okay, let's see. Seller traffic I don't know how they figure this one out. Actually, I do know how they figured this one, and it's going to be fascinating to me to see what happens with this as our economies open, right? Because it was at a point that the seller traffic is measured by NAR, and it goes based on how many people are registering to go in with those fancy lockbox things. And during all the whole COVID world, everybody had to make an appointment to go into a property. Now we're seeing, I think you can go in on an open house again, right?
Yep.
Do you have to register for that?
Not through that lockbox you're talking about.
So I wonder if we're going to start seeing some numbers that might fluctuate, being that people really don't have to register to go in. Now, how long is it? California's what, 2 weeks now that we've been back on open houses?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 weeks? Are you seeing people coming back to open houses?
Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Is there a nervousness out there? Because I don't go to open houses, so I don't.
I mean, you had one the other day that didn't you have like 50, 60 people?
Yeah, it was busy.
50 or 60 people for one open house?
Just for a rental in Anaheim, actually.
For a rental?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any of those people want to buy a house?
Probably, actually. I'm going through their information, so.
50 or 60 people for one rental. So do you have an open? I don't know how this works.
And it was in the middle of the week.
It
was on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah.
Tuesday, 50 or 60 people. Now, do you have an open house? Is that the norm for rentals? Because I don't know how that works.
Well, it's the norm right now because there's so many renters in the market. So it's like, they all want to see it, and you can't be there all day long. So you tell them to come between these 2 hours, and they all do show up.
Holy cow. 50 or 60 people for that. Buyer traffic. So let's see. The buyer traffic shows very strong everywhere but Utah, South Dakota, Minnesota, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. So that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Right? I mean, well, if you try and put 10 pounds of oranges in a 1 pound bag, right? I mean, in essence, that's the way the real estate market is right now. There's no real estate, there's no properties. So it might have been where there was, people are going to see 30 or 40 properties, and now there's 2 to go see, right? So that's going to be kind of crazy. Wild West environment. Buyers are doing anything they can to stand out, and more. All cash offers do just that. Does that matter?
Honestly, no.
Cash offers are not a big deal?
Well, I mean, yeah, cash is amazing, but at the end of the day, like, cash and loan, as long as the loan can close, it's worth just as much.
Right. So
either way, you're getting the money.
It's a wire transfer the full amount.
Yeah, either way, you're getting the money.
So the idea of waiting for that extra day or 2 or 3 to close on a loan deal, as opposed to a investor deal. And I've heard some investor deals right now where the investors are saying, well, something I didn't realize that the Federal Reserve closes at 5 o'clock Eastern time. But I've never heard that one, right?
Crazy.
I mean, and it's an investor who does this on a regular basis, right? So maybe you're not getting the money any quicker by going with that investor. So I just throw that out there for you. Months of inventory of homes for sale for the last 12 months. So May of last year, 4.6 months of inventory for sale. Well, May of last year, nobody wanted to sell their house. Nobody was going out of their house. And there was only 4.6 months of inventory. April, 2.4 months.
Low.
Yeah, not much out there. And that doesn't even count the ones that don't ever make it from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the year-over-year house appreciation. CoreLogic. Now, we have to only look at history from CoreLogic because their forecasting has not been so hot lately. Right, CoreLogic Home Price Insights report plus 11.3%. FHFA, that's the one I like the most because that actually deals with conforming loan amounts. Right, so it doesn't take into account the multi-million-dollar properties or million-dollar properties or properties that are outside of conforming loan limits. Up 13.9. S&P Case-Shiller 13.2. Are you seeing the same thing? Are people coming back? Are you finding people that bought a house last year trying to sell it this year to make 11%?
I mean, I haven't seen it that often, only because I feel like the people who bought a house last year that were so thankful to even get the house, they're holding on to that. They tried so hard, had so many offers put in.
That's a good thought, right? I mean,
yeah.
Even though now think about this math, right? Because I do a little bit of numbers here and there, but we use small numbers because otherwise I'm a simple guy too. So $100,000 property, and you put $10,000 down. You can multiply times 5 or 10 or whatever the number is. So you put $10,000 down. That $100,000 property, according to, let's just call it 13%, because 2 of them are over 13 and one's under. So 13%, that $100,000 property, you put $10,000 down. It's gone up $13,000. So you can cash out and get $23,000 for it. It's a pretty good deal for a year, right?
Doubled your money.
Doubled your money in a year. That's better than going to Vegas. Home price forecast. Now, I can't say anything yet because I have seen the report that's coming out Wednesday from Chapman University, and they do have their economic forecast update this coming Wednesday. They're usually pretty accurate. Home price forecasts for 2021, according to the MBA, NAR, Fannie Mae, Zelman, and Freddie Mac, 8.2%. I mean, the average all of them. It's not bad again, right?
Nope, not at all.
So what do we have? If my mind is right, which it usually is not on Mondays, so it was 9% in 2019, 13% in 2020, and we're forecasting 8.2%. Is that close to 30% in 3 years?
Yeah, I'm glad I own a home.
Exactly. You might be ready to buy another one.
Yeah.
30%. What could you do with property going up that quickly? Think about that. Because 30% is, well, I've done these numbers all the time, and I don't want to put Mary on the spot here, but you
We can put Katie on the spot.
Okay. Right. So think about this concept. So if you have a house that went up 30% in the last 3 years, and you already had a little bit of, or a lot of bit of equity before that, what can you do with that money now?
Ooh, I know what to do with it.
I don't even want to go there. Okay.
No, take that money out. Go buy an investment property.
Go buy an there you go. So you can take the money out, refinance that, do it again.
Yeah.
And you can do that over and over again. Now, here's the idea. Think about this. Old people like me, we can only do it 1 or 2 times more, right? It's just math. Mary's young, right? You can do it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Right? You can still do that 4 or 5 times. And then look at, by the time she's 60 years old, the portfolio you would have. You could probably be retired by then.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Maybe even before then. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation, our multi-generational conversation. The right real estate expert will guide you through these unprecedented market and 2 common mistakes made with divorce and mortgage. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
What's your plan to beat inflation and protect and build your future wealth? If you're not sure, and if you would like to learn the secret of building wealth by utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need the trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The right expert will guide you through this unprecedented real estate market. In a normal market, it's good to have an experienced guide coaching you through the process of buying or selling a home. That person can advise you on important things like pricing your home correctly or the first steps to take when you're ready to buy. However, the market we're in today is far from normal. As a result, an expert isn't just good to have by your side, an expert is essential. Today's housing market is full of extremes. Mortgage rates hovering near record lows are driving high buyer demand. On the other hand, an absence of sellers is creating record low housing inventory. This imbalance in supply and demand is leading to a skyrocketing rate of bidding wars and more houses selling over their asking price. Who's driving home price appreciation and gains in equity? These market conditions aren't just extreme, they can be overwhelming. Having a trusted expert to coach you through the process of buying and selling a home gives you clarity, confidence, and success through each step. Here are just a few of the ways a real estate expert is invaluable. Contracts. They help with the disclosures and contracts necessary in today's heavily regulated environment. Really? Experience. Well-versed in real estate and experience with the entire sales process, including how it's changed over the past year. Negotiations. They act as a buffer in negotiations with all parties through the entire transaction while advocating for your best interests. Education. Simply and effectively explain today's market conditions and decipher what they mean for your individual goals. Pricing. Help you understand today's real estate values when setting the price of your home or making an offer to purchase. A real estate agent can be your essential guide through this unprecedented market, but truth be told, not all agents are created equal. A true expert can carefully walk you through the whole real estate process, look out for your unique needs, and advise you on the best ways to achieve success. Finding the right agent should be your top priority when you're ready to buy or sell a home. So how do you choose the right expert? I'm going to give you the paragraph here on how to do it, but I'm going to tell you the simple way. Call me. 800-306-1990. And no, I do not do real estate. I put you in touch with the right people who do real estate. Yeah, I've got a license, but I'll tell you this. And this article is perfect because it's exactly spot on. I've had a real estate license for, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. And I am not qualified to write a real estate contract. Wouldn't do it if I had to. I've had friends ask me if I would. Not a chance, because there's way too much to it. It is a binding contract. It's the biggest transaction you're going to probably do in your life. And you're going to say, oh, I think I can just do that on my own. Or I can go and have a friend or family or coworker do it. Or I love listening to some of the commercials, and I got to be careful because some of them are on the stations that I broadcast on, talking about these cut rate dealers. And if you do the math, it fascinates me. Don't pay a commission to the real estate agent, and I'm going to give you a flat rate, and I won't say that it's $6,000 something. I'm not going to say that, okay? But what if you're doing a $300,000 house in San Bernardino or Riverside, or a $400,000 house in those areas? Guess what? You're not saving any money. And you're probably putting your fortune, your family's castle at risk. I'm just throwing that out there for you. If you want a great agent, give me a call, 800-306-1990, because yes, I do vet the people that I talk with. I make sure that they either know what they're doing, or they've got people that are mentors that are helping them with the process, because nobody started at the top. Nobody starts as an expert. And I have no problem with people that are getting started in any industry. But you got to have great guidance when you do that. That's the key to the success of anybody that starts anywhere. Just throw that out there for you. That's the Real-Time Real Estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Continuing our conversation, Mary Walters, Katie Radcliffe, Realty Pro 100 are in the house. We've been talking about real estate, the monthly market report, and whatever rabbit trail we go down. So before we even get into any rabbit trails, maybe I should throw this out there, because we were talking in the last segment about real estate potentially having gone up in many areas by as much as 30% over the last 3 years. And the idea that maybe you've got a lot of equity in your property right now because of how much it went up and how much you put down, and obviously the amortization table that gives you more equity as well. Now, you can start buying more property. Take money out of that property that you've got right now, buy something new. And, just because I am a little bit of a honk here, Mary, you have any ideas on when and where people might be able to go to learn something about this?
Yeah, we are actually holding an event at Realty Pro 100 next week, next Tuesday, which I believe is the 22nd at 4 o'clock at our office. We're teaching people on this topic on how to leverage the equity in their property to build wealth through investments.
What's it cost?
Nothing.
Cost nothing.
Yeah, show up.
Show up and learn. And so and there's no obligation. You don't have to go and buy something or sell something or.
Nope. And if they don't feel comfortable coming on a group presentation, if they go to our website, realtypro100.com, there's actually a section where they can schedule a personalized consultation on it.
Okay, so it's not going to be one of those Zoom thingies. It's basically where you're going to either have a personal consultation, schedule an appointment.
Yep.
Or you can come right to the office and get all your questions answered.
Exactly.
Great information, and it's free.
Exactly.
Gotta love it, right? I mean, that's the whole idea. And I'm sure there'll be some great real estate agents that can help you, give you an idea. Hey, maybe your neighborhood, what's it appreciated in the last year, 2 years, 3 years? We've got report cards for everybody if you want that. But let's get back to our documents that we've been going. Price appreciation year over year, first quarter 2021. And we're looking at just the Pacific region, being that's where we are. 14.3% year over year appreciation, right? The numbers we went through in the last segment were all national numbers. Mm-hmm. Now, this one here, when we start talking about Pacific, so we're talking about California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, right? That's a 14.3%. That's a pretty staggering number for 1 year appreciation.
Definitely.
Especially now I did some math last segment, and I'm going to make it a little easier this segment, right? So if you put 10% down, basically you can take these numbers and multiply them times 10. Mm-hmm. Right? 143% appreciation based on your cash investment.
Yes.
That's a pretty staggering number. If inventory increases slowly, house prices will continue to rise rapidly. If inventory increases sharply, house price growth will slow. That's Bill McBride, calculated risk. So here we're talking basically about, because both of you remember probably, one recession?
Yep.
And what was the cause of that one recession?
All the mortgage industry. Yeah, housing. It was housing.
It was all housing.
But no restrictions.
Right, no restrictions, right? If you fog a mirror, you can get a loan, not a problem. Now, a lot of these loan products are back, unfortunately, not all of them, but a lot of them are back. So you can get a stated income loan, and there's all kinds of fancy things. Mm-hmm. But the history tells us that the recessions before that were not housing related, and real estate went up. And the recession of 2008, 9, 10 was basically because prices were going up because prices were going up because prices were going up.
Yep.
No reason for it. Mm-hmm. Prices are going up now because of supply and demand, right?
Yes.
Is there a demand?
Oh, yeah.
Can you have demand just for renters, right?
Yes, a lot.
So, and that's just talking about housing, right? I mean, and you're seeing that. And so you have one property to rent and 50 people want it. Was it a hotel?
Way more than 50. That was just on one day.
Oh, one day.
Yeah.
So you can really, wow. Okay. So it was now, and I don't understand exactly how this, so just I'm going to throw a number out there. Say they wanted to rent it for $3,000 a month. Did you get offers for more than that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it happen everywhere, honestly, but it's just going for over the listing price, even in renters.
Even in the rental
rentals.
market.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. The decline in single-family permits indicates that builders are slowing construction activity as costs rise. So, I gave in the opening segment, the A block there, we talked a little bit about inflation. We didn't even talk about lumber prices.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to know.
Right, about 300% up.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, well, at least as real estate professionals, you're not going to have the competition with builders right now. Right? And prices are not going to drop because there's no more inventory coming on the market.
Yeah.
From the builder side. Are you seeing more people want to sell?
It's slowly going up, it seems like, with the summer markets, but not enough for it to really start to level off with those prices.
And what we really need to talk about a little bit is what's going to happen. Are you hearing anybody talking about selling based on forbearance?
I am not. You?
Can't shake your head, Katie. We can't hear you on radio.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding with you. Okay, so no one's talking about that.
Nope.
So the forbearance, we know, and we have to make sure you get. Here's a big issue. If you end up getting a forbearance, however it happens, right? So if you couldn't make your payments during the pandemic and you got the government relief or a private lender relief, big issue right here. Save the paperwork. Right? If you had a loan modification done, that's fine. Save the paperwork. If you had a second put on your property, I've heard some people that had a second put on where you just have to pay it at the end. Save the paperwork, because what ends up happening is it doesn't go away. What you end up doing is you get into a real estate transaction, and then the new paperwork is found through title or through a LexisNexis or a fraud guard. All these things happen every single time. So it's going to be found, and then you're going to get to the end of the process, and you're going to have one of those words that I hate in real estate.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
We don't like surprises, right? Right?
No.
No surprises. Let's have all this stuff disclosed up front so we're not dealing with that. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. I think we're going to save our Better Outcomes segment. We're going to give you a featured home when we come back. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
If you're listening to this program, building personal wealth is a topic you're familiar with, and you probably understand that making money is about creating a high income from a high-paying job or running a business, while building wealth, on the other hand, is about creating a stock of value that goes up over time. You've also probably noticed lately that prices for fuel, groceries, and raw materials are skyrocketing, while your monthly income remains flat. Welcome to Inflation 101. One of the fastest growing wealth building strategies is utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, like the equity in your home. Realty Pro 100 has been helping people like you increase their net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 per year. Now's the time to put your money to work for you and beat inflation. Learn more and start building your wealth by contacting Realty Pro 100. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Receive free information on how the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program works and if it's the right wealth building strategy for you. License DRE 0205958.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL number 0186945.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment today being brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, 3182 North Ashwood Street in Orange. Single-story ranch-style home located off North Orange Olive and Riverdale. 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Master bedroom and bathroom are located opposite sides of the home. Formal entry, living room with fireplace. 3 bedrooms located on the south side of the home with laundry and garage. 1 bedroom has access from entryway and also to the hallway to the bedrooms. Kitchen is at the center point of the home. I like having food right square in the middle. Entry into the kitchen from the hallway and from the formal entry. Sunroom off of the kitchen. Fruit trees in the backyard. Inside laundry room. Side yards. Plenty of storage area. $698,000. Who said there's no properties that are, I guess if you call that affordable, in Orange County? That's Paula Barrett's got the listing on this property. Think about this one, $698,000, 3.5% down. You're looking at $2,844 a month. 20% down, $2,430 a month. 25% down strategically, $2,137 a month. And yes, I will keep you're keeping score, and for those compliance people, I know you do. So we're looking at a 3.985 APR. We're looking at a 3.308 and 2.967 NMLS 217037. So think about those numbers, right? I mean, and I'm just going to throw it out, Katie. $2,800 a month, principal and interest. What was the rental that you were looking at?
The $3,500.
$3,500 to rent, $2,800. They got to add the taxes and the insurance. This one doesn't have any HOA if there's any mortgage insurance. But think about this: the spread on those numbers. How much equity you get on that rental? None?
Absolutely none. Yeah, 0.
No equity on that. So there are people that need to rent. I get it. There are people that strategically want to rent. But hey, if you have the option here. Think about this one. If you have 20% down, including taxes and insurance, you're looking at $3,268 a month. That's pretty good to do that as opposed to renting. Just my thoughts. That is the featured home segment brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. We're continuing our and that's Paula Barrett. That's her property. So if you want any more information, just give us a call at 800-306-1990. We'll put you in touch. So we are continuing our conversation going through the monthly market report. We do this every month about this time. We're looking at what's going on in the world of real estate. And Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, they are the largest title insurance company in America. And his commentary here is looking back at the bubble years, house prices exceeded house buying power in 2006 nationally. But today, house buying power is nearly twice as high as the median sale price nationally. Many find it hard to believe, but housing is actually undervalued in most markets, and the gap between house buying power and sale prices indicates there's easy for me to say, room for further house price growth in months to come. Which is what we've been saying all morning. Right? Property prices aren't going down.
No.
And so should I wait, Mary?
No. Interest rates are only going to go up.
Interest rates are going to go up. Prices are going to go up. Your affordability may at some point go down. Now, how do you determine how does the NARS, the National Association of Realtors, how do they determine the affordability of a piece of property or the index? How does this index work? I'm going to tell you, right? They look at the median income required to purchase the median home price. Now, they look at this from a national level, but I can actually tell you what the median income is. If we want to talk about should we talk about Orange County?
Let's do it.
Okay, Orange County median income. Actually, let's go to median home price first because that'll probably pop up on my screen just a little bit quicker. $836,000 median home price in Orange County. And the affordability index in Orange. Let's see if I can find the median. I don't know if it has it on here or not. The median income. It used to be on the report. Maybe I can't find it. Maybe I can't see it even. Okay, so I don't have that one in front of me, but
What is that number? The 5-year gain.
5-year gain.
Is that the total that it's gone up in 5 years?
That's forecasted appreciation.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it was like the last 5 years. That's what it has appreciated.
So on the report card that I've got on my screen that Mary's looking at, I can send to anybody that would like it. So the median home price is $836,440 in Orange County, California. And the accumulated forecast for the next 5 years takes that $836,000 property to $1,160,761.
If that doesn't tell you to buy now, like, I don't know what does.
Right? I mean, 5 years. What else can you do in the next 5 years
If
that's
you
going to
have
get
a
you?
5-year plan that, you're going to buy a home in 5 years, you have to take that into consideration.
Right. That's a staggering number, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, think about that. What else can you do over the next 5 years that's going to add $324,000 to your net worth?
By real estate.
And there's nothing else you can do, right? I mean, think about that.
Like, you can maybe win the lottery, get lucky in some stocks or something.
I mean, and think about this: $836,000. If you can do that with 10% down, so $83,000, and so is that like 4x your money?
Mm-hmm. And you keep saying 10% down, but there are programs you can do that lower, Ron, can't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, you go 5% down, 3, 5, 3, 3.5. Think about that. Yeah. I mean, 4x to 10x your money.
I'll do it.
Yeah, that's a pretty staggering number when you start thinking about that. And all you have to do is, and again, it's have a plan.
Yes.
Right. I mean, that's the key thing to the whole thing is have a plan. And I was chatting with a mentor, and while we talk about this next, the affordability. So the only time we've really seen affordability any better, I don't know if we want to go back to that time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The only time we really had affordability that was much better was 2010, 2011, 2012.
When everyone was losing their homes.
Right. And that was all because of distressed property.
Mm-hmm.
Percentage of median income needed to purchase the median home price, 14.4%. Think about that concept, because rentals are going to take more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? So it's going to take more than that just to get a rental. Contrary to popular belief, owning one's home is more affordable than renting. We just went through that. Katie told us about a property you were looking at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or showing, not looking at, but showing 30. Tell us a little bit about that property, 3,500. Just good, not where it is. I just want to know the characteristics of it, to know what you get for $3,500.
The best things about it is that it has new carpet, new paint. That's.
What about the beds?
We're at like 1,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, single family residence.
1,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm sorry, I think it's 1,600. Yeah, 1,600.
So that makes math even easier for me. So here's the way you can configure real easy about 16. How do you conceptualize 1,600 square feet? That's 4 2-car garages.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly 4 2-car garages. So think, and it was 3,500 About $3,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. So you can buy a house for that. That's not a real issue. And I want to throw this out at you because I just want to share this one thought with you, because this hits exactly what Mary just said about $324,000 in appreciation over the next 5 years. Forecast. We don't guarantee that. That's a forecast. So here's a mentor that I've been coaching with recently, and he said this about 10 times on our call the other day. Dreams come true if you have one. Think about that. Median asking rent, are they going up or down, Katie?
Up.
So that's another one of those crazy numbers. They are going only in one direction. They are going up. If you want more information, Mary, tell us one real quick because we're about out of time. Tell us about the event you've got coming up.
So we are having an event completely surrounding on how to leverage the equity that's already existing in your home and how to use that to build wealth through investing in real estate. So next Tuesday, that is the 22nd here at our office in Orange at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. It's basically the 91 and the 55 freeway. So if you're anywhere in that vicinity, or you should be, come over here and get educated on how to do this. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.